The aim of this video is to help you pay off your mortgage in 10 years or less. If you are here, you already have the commitment you need. You'll find a number of tips and suggestions which can be used both individually and collectively. They worked for me. The more suggestions and techniques you use, the more you will benefit. However, it has to be said, this is a brute force attack on your mortgage. Relying on your inner power, there is no silver bullet. Nevertheless, there is an element of certainty, and I'm sure once you start, you will find some of your own gems. For now, something to get you going, using a tried and tested method. It is also worth noting that you should clear any outstanding credit card, debt or other high interest loan payments first. The following techniques could be used to clear any other financial obligations too. Furthermore, if you are renting a house and looking to buy, these techniques will help you raise a deposit. Home ownership is always going to make more financial sense than renting from someone else. So let's get going. Firstly, it is very useful to familiarise yourself with how compound interest affects your mortgage over the term of your mortgage. There is a link in the description below with a simple tool to help with this. Particularly, familiarise yourself with how much capital is paid off, what proportion of a mortgage payment is interest, more so in the early years of a mortgage, as it is in those early years that these techniques will stand to have the greatest benefit for you. If you are beginning a new full-term mortgage or still in the early years of your mortgage commitment, the techniques are all the more useful to you. Familiarise yourself with the amount that is paid off as a capital payment against that of interest in the early years. Use the website in the link below to help with this. This will help you visualise the benefits of your brute force attack on the mortgage. The next thing to look at is how you can overpay on your mortgage. Most mortgages allow an overpayment in a single year of up to 10%. It is useful to consider only the overpayments you make in the early years as having any effect on the capital repayment. For example, in the first year of a £600 mortgage might be only paying off £100 in capital per month. So if you manage to pay £100 as an overpayment off extra per month in the first year, it's a bit like paying double your mortgage. The more overpayments you can make in the year, the better. Some of the techniques will work for you and some may not. The more you use, the more you will benefit. Understanding your outgoings on a monthly basis will help to realise how much in overpayments you can make. Creating a monthly outgoing spreadsheet showing a detailed list of all outgoings each month will be very useful and indicate how much potentially you have left over per month. Look closely at the outgoings. Which items in your list are not essential? Do you really need both Sky and a Netflix account, for example? Also, look carefully at those that can be reduced. Shopping around for a better broadband and mobile phone contract can save you on a monthly basis. Also, switching to a different supermarket can cut your food bill sometimes by as much as half. Use cashback sites such as Quidco or Top Cash before you purchase anything such as home broadband, a mobile data plan or insurance products. Try to pay upfront for items such as mobile phones or your car, rather than borrowing money or paying for these items on a monthly basis. If you are a two-car family, can you manage without one? Perhaps you are working more from home now and don't need that extra car as a couple or family. Perhaps you can manage to walk or use a bike on occasion, or even a taxi if you're not using your car enough to justify the outgoings on it. Review your monthly outgoings on a monthly basis and perhaps keep records of your monthly spending. If you are relatively young and fit, healthy, and have just started your mortgage, perhaps you don't need any life insurance and can use the money you save to overpay on your mortgage. Mortgage providers don't insist that you have cover as their security is your home. Keeping fit and healthy along the way ensures you can take full advantage of being mortgage-free 10 years or less from now. Try to avoid credit in other areas such as the use of a credit card unless you pay it off each month, as any interest payments for things like purchases or a car lease could be used towards an overpayment on your mortgage. Is there anything that you purchase that you don't really need? Many things are sold to us these days through advertising. If you can put off a purchase for a few weeks or months, you might find that you don't even want that item after all, and the money you could save could be used towards an overpayment on your mortgage. Do you have friends or family that you could borrow from at a lower rate than the bank offers? Use this as an overpayment and pay them back like you would the bank or at a lower interest rate. It's a win-win, as they will also receive more money interest from you than the bank will pay them. It's just cutting the middleman out, the high street bank. If you have children and are saving up for their future, perhaps you could use this money to overpay on your mortgage and release the equity for the child at a later date. If you do overtime at work, ensure that this money is used as an overpayment on your mortgage, because this is the money that you should not rely on and is in addition to your normal wage. Any extra that you receive should always be used as an overpayment. For each £1 you invest, consider its value as £2 if used towards the mortgage due to the amount of interest it will save you over the mortgage term. If you are careful in your approach, take advantage of a 0% credit card balance transfer deal. This means you can borrow at least 0% for say 18 months. After the 18 months transfer the remaining balance onto another 0% card. Remember to pay the minimum payment off each month and transfer or pay off the full amount before the 0% deal time is up. Keep a careful record when the deal ends to remind you. This technique will give you surplus cash flow and some extra money to pay off the mortgage. If you have birthday money or receive money through a prize or inheritance, some back pay or bonus at work, use this money also to overpay on your mortgage. At the end of the fixed term on your mortgage, such as your current 2-year fixed deal, you'll be ready to look for another deal. Use this time to reduce the term of your mortgage perhaps by 2 years. If you did this 5 times over a 10-year period, you could knock off 10 years of a 25-year mortgage and save a lot of interest. Never be tempted to remortgage and release equity for a holiday or home improvement or the purchase of a car. Always ensure you reduce the mortgage where possible. If you like technology, such as your latest mobile phone or games console, whatever it may be, just remember, products are always improving. A delay in purchase now could help to pay for a far superior item in the future. Look for deals where possible. Financial institutions, such as banks, often offer incentives to join them. Set up a second spare current account with 2 direct debits and use this to switch between different high street banks when they offer their incentives to join. This technique easily provides £300 per year. In the first few years, this money can be used to make another overpayment. If you receive an incentive, ensure that the money is used to overpay on your mortgage, as it is additional free money. Now, let's look at some motivational techniques. Consider how the majority of the world have to live. They don't have the luxuries often found in the rich West or westernised countries. Perhaps reduce your luxury slightly, as it is shown to be possible elsewhere in the world. Reducing your luxuries can help you find some extra cash towards your overpayments. Develop a strength of mind attitude. Making this overpayment commitment takes strength, stamina and self-control. If you have these in you, you can be proud of yourself for this. Music is a great motivator. Find something you enjoy to help give you that sense of power. Keep a spreadsheet of the extra money you have paid off per month. It mounts up, and seeing this will motivate you further. Review it regularly. Remember, for every pound that you used to overpay your mortgage, it has not gone, it has at least doubled in its value. What other investment guarantees 100% growth? Remember, this is brute force approach, and you are the force. It is the persistent commitment to this month in and month out that will do it. Just think, when you finish paying that mortgage off, you will have that monthly mortgage payment and more each month to treat yourself or your loved ones. Following this approach, you'll hopefully have many years of a mortgage-free life, providing you with both flexibility and security for you and your family. If you have any positive comments to share with us all or would like further clarification on the techniques described, please leave a comment below. And thank you for watching on behalf of your future self.